How does a game in which you struggle from the field end up being the one that makes your strongest case for MVP? Well, as the famous saying goes, it's not how you start, but how you finish. And Jayson Tatum took that literally in Boston's finals rematch against the Warriors. Because in the first half, Tatum struggled from the field, going just 3 for 11 and was outscored by Clay and Steph, with the exclamation point being added by Curry as he stole the ball from Tatum near half court and launched a 51-footer to beat the buzzer and give the Warriors the lead. Even though Tatum didn't finish with a great shooting percentage at just 9 for 27, 33.3%, his performance in the second half and overtime was one that displayed tremendous resilience and will to win when all signs pointed toward this being another game in which the Warriors own the Celtics. So today we'll dive into Tatum's gritty performance against the champs and some of the numbers he posted that are overlooked in this win. We'll break down how JT turned his game around to reverse his negative trend against the Warriors, and we'll wrap up with why Tatum should win MVP over Jokic if the Celtics finish first in the East. This is Topic Tackle. Let's go. What's good, people? JC3 here. Appreciate you tuning in once again to Topic Tackle, where we dive deep into the basketball world, seeing through the storylines and narratives to give you the perspective that the media doesn't venture to. So, if you're tired of shallow analysis and you want to become a deep diver, please go ahead and hit subscribe and leave a like on this video. I greatly appreciate it. The Warriors came into this game winners of 4 straight against Boston, which of course included 3 straight games that they won to close out the 2022 finals, and their first matchup in San Francisco this season where the Warriors cooled down a hot Celtics team. The trend was alarming for Tatum in Boston as JT averaged just 20.3 points on 35% from the field with 17 turnovers over the 4 straight losses. More than the numbers showed though, Tatum just didn't look like his typical self in this stretch of losses against the Warriors. While Golden State didn't stop him, they appeared to contain him. And it looked like deja vu throughout most of the Celtics finals rematch against the Warriors as both Tatum and Jaylen Brown struggled on their home floor in a game that was shaping out to be another Warriors W over Boston and sweep of the season series. The headline would have been, Warriors still own the Celtics for now, because to be honest, that's the video I was getting ready to make throughout the majority of this game. Besides Tatum's efforts to turn it around, the Celtics owe a ton to Al Horford and Robert Williams, who dominated the Warriors' small ball lineup on the boards. While the rest of the team appeared tight and was missing open threes that they usually make, these bigs helped Boston hang around long enough for Tatum and Brown to get into a rhythm late. And of course, shout out to Jaylen Brown for making arguably the biggest shot of the night to tie the game at 106. Now, a few numbers on Tatum's stat line are obvious. 33.3% from the field and 7 turnovers, including 3 in the final 3:08 of the game. I'll admit, these were not his brightest moments, and I had my doubts about his ability to close against the Warriors. But what needs to be mentioned are the key plays he made down the stretch to reverse Boston's trend against Golden State in their last 4 matchups. JT outscored everyone in the second half with 16 points. In the final 3:35, he scored 4 points, grabbed a rebound, and dished out a huge assist to Horford for a corner 3 that brought the Celtics within 1.
What?
Shout out to Swiffer, who is apparently just behind me there. In OT, Tatum would score 5 points and grab 3 more boards on his way to a game-high 34 points, including 12 of 12 from the free throw line to go along with a career-high 19 rebounds, 6 assists, and a tie for game-high 3 steals. He became the 10th player in NBA history to reach 9,000 points before the age of 25 in the process as well. It's pretty impressive for an off night, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Now, you may say, whatever. He still shot only 33.3% from the field and had 7 turnovers with 3 bad ones late. And guess what? You'd be right. But what if you factor in that Tatum played the final 41 minutes of the game with no break and played 48 minutes overall, including overtime? The man played so hard that on the day before their next game at Toronto, Boston already listed him as out with left wrist soreness. Do his late game mistakes outweigh the impact he had on winning this one for Boston? Can you definitively say that if the Celtics didn't have Tatum, they still would have won this game? I'm going to say that's a definite nah. And the value of Tatum was clearly seen in this game to help his team reverse the trend both in the win column and psychologically against the Warriors. All right, let's pause for a quick shout out to Rakuten, who is not sponsoring this video, by the way. They're just the #1 option for cashback with online shopping. I use Rakuten, whether it's through the website or the app, every time I shop online, and I have a link in the description down below. Now, I'm completely transparent. This is an affiliate link. I will get credit if you go to this link, but most importantly, you will get credit, because when you spend $30, you'll get $30 back, and whatever store that you're shopping at, depending on the cashback that they're giving right now, you'll get that percentage back as well. It's legit. I've used this for years. Think about it like this. Support my channel through the link by buying whatever you want online. That's a pretty good deal, right? Let's get back to the video. All right, despite the field goal percentage, despite the turnovers, let's break it down, the eye test of how Tatum willed himself to a game that I believe is his strongest case for winning MVP this year against the defending champs in this comeback W. Gets one of his game-high 3 steals right there, takes it on the break for the slam. Now here finds Robert Williams on the cut for the lob. This play right here is one of his, few threes that he made throughout this game. And in the first half, he was struggling, but knocks it down there. You know he's going to keep shooting. Look at how hard he works on this play, running off of multiple screens, works himself into the paint, and gets fouled again. He was 12 of 12 from the stripe, drawing that foul on Clay. Clay ended up with 6 fouls on the night, so he fouled him out in that tough matchup. Double team right there. Great read. Finds Robert Williams underneath for the and one against the Warriors' small lineup. Just a good read. You got Draymond at the 5 right there. They bring a double, and he finds the open man. Now right here, step back or side step. You guys know I've talked about that in the past. Now check out those videos I've done before, and this is when he may have started to feel a little bit more. You see right there, looking over at the crowd, sticking his tongue out a little bit. Okay, he's feeling himself just a little bit. And, just the little shreds of confidence you can get throughout the game, making that play right there, and then the step back right here on Steph Curry, the one-on-one matchup. No help, got him on an island. Look at how much space he creates with the behind-the-back step-back pull-up mid-range shot. And then right here, huge assist to Horford at the end of this game with Golden State up 4. Now it's only a 1-point game. That was huge and great vision cross court. And then here in overtime, this was off a broken play, one dribble, step up, knock down the 3. Talk about confidence. And now the crowd is really into it. They're up 7 in OT, and that pretty much seals this one. Steps up on Draymond. Great defender, doesn't matter. Knocks it down. You gotta love the confidence from a guy not having his best shooting night once again. And then here, one-on-one, Wiggins in the post, tries to reach, explosion to the rim. And of course, he's 12 of 12 from the stripe, closing this one out in OT. An impressive performance from JT. To wrap up, I know that the back-to-back defending MVP Nikola Jokic seems to be breaking records every night. Heck, he's already got more 30-point triple-doubles this season alone than his first 2 MVP seasons combined. And the Nuggets are currently first in the West. But if Tatum continues to lead the team with the best offensive rating of all time to #1 in the East with the numbers he's putting up, second in total points in the league, top 10 in threes made, top 3 in plus minus, and is having the highest scoring season ever by a Celtic, he should win MVP, in my opinion. For everyone who complained for years about how the West was overpowered, well, I hope you're happy, because the East is the tougher conference now, and that would mean that first in the East carries a little more weight than first in the West. This year, team record will be key in determining MVP, and Tatum can lock it up if Boston finishes first in the East, which will likely be the best record in the NBA overall as well. So, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Who's the MVP in your opinion, and why? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and we'll be back with more Topic Tackle coming soon. As always, stay solid, people.